I declare the General Convocation open for the conferment of degrees.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Doctor of Philosophy be conferred on the person who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Chancellor, I present AUAA Samaravira.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Philosophy be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Chancellor, I present ANCKW Gunaratna. RMNU Ratnayaka.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Philosophy.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Science by major component research be conferred on the person who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Chancellor, I present A.S. Veerasinghe.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science, Major Component Research.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Science in Construction Law and Dispute Resolution be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present L. Ajatini, AARK Amartunga, RPHS Bandara, HWL Chamara, TGSS Gamagi, HMNSB Heen Kenda, GRH Jayatilaka, TAK Karunatilaka, LG Manuja, HMMLB Nadurana, T. Parimpanadan, GHK Priyadarshani, MLS Priyankara, GRN Senaratna,
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Construction Law and Dispute Resolution.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Science in Interior Design be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present J.C. Ratnayaka, B.P. Gunaratna, J.K.T.S. Jayakodi, C.J.S. Veerasinghe,
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Interior Design.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Science in Landscape Design be conferred on the person who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present W. M. D. D. Ranasinghe.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Landscape Design.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Science in Occupational Safety and Health Management be conferred on the person who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present AAG Priyantha.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Occupational Safety and Health Management.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Science in Project Management be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present T.D. Karyavasan. A.C. Manavadu. W.R.S.C. Ranavira. W.M.K.G. Vijayatunga.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science in Project Management.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the degree of Master of Spatial Planning, Management and Design be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present L.N. Katri Arachi. K.M.C.S. Kumar. N.W. Kuruneru. H.P.L.D.D. Liyanage. V. Madivadani. H.M.P.H. Manike. P.V. Priyadarshani. K.G. Sunil.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Spatial Planning, Management and Design.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the postgraduate diploma in architectural conservation of monuments and sites be conferred on the person who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present N. D'Souza.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the postgraduate diploma in architectural conservation of monuments and sites in absentia.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the postgraduate diploma in construction law and dispute resolution be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present W. C.P. Aryadasa. K. Iswara Raja. T. Surendra Kumar.
By authority,
Chancellor,
by authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the postgraduate diploma in construction law and dispute resolution.
Chancellor, I present in absentia T.A.K.G. Gunasekara.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon the person whose name has been presented the postgraduate diploma in construction law and dispute resolution in absentia.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the postgraduate diploma in interior design be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present W.G.M. Champika. P.D.S. Jayatri. M.A.G.K. Markavita.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the postgraduate diploma in interior design.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the postgraduate diploma in project management be conferred on those who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present LHS Dilhani. SDS Dilshani. YH Can. AADS Kumar. WMUP Kumar. AGNN Ranavira. SG Senadir. S. Tilak. N. Vidanagama. DMDB Vijayaratna.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the postgraduate diploma in project management.
Chancellor, I present in absentia HM GID Bandar.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon the person whose name has been presented the postgraduate diploma in project management in absentia.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the postgraduate diploma in urban design be conferred on the person who will be presented by the Dean, Faculty of Architecture.
Chancellor, I present GMNS Gajanayaka.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the postgraduate diploma in urban design.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering, Biomedical Engineering be conferred on those who will be presented by the Head of the Department of Electronic and Telecommunication Engineering.
Chancellor, I present K.R. Abevikrama. M. Akil. SPT Bandula. Disoisa. K.A. Erosion. W.K.A. Lahiruni. K.C.M. Madarasinghe. W.N.D. Pereira. A.M.A.I. Ratnayaka. H.P. Samindu. N.D.U. Selakara. S.A. Xavier.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering.
The honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering be conferred on those who will be presented by the head of the Department of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering.
Chancellor, I present R.V.C.N. Aberatne. G.K. Abesinghe. A.A.C.A. Adhikari. A.H.M. Agelewatta. A.U.W. Arachi. P. Arun Kumar. A.A.A.C. Atukorala. K.A.J.P. Bandara. S.H.T. Bandara. C. Chantu Jan. K.W.D. Chatusanka. DL දම්පහලගේ DDMD Soisa NTI Dhananjaya SMND Disanayaka EMAS Ekanayaka B Gajalakshan JADK Gamit NC Ginige RSLDS Gunatilaka NHWN Gunaratna HASP Gunasekara UKDGM Gunasekara DH Gunasingha KAN Hansika HMKS Herat CY Hettiarachchi MAQA IFAM AA Ihalage MAM Ijaz GO Ishendra DSP JGC Jayaratna DMHN Jayasundara DA Jayawardena JU Jayawardena SG Jayavira KK කහටපිටිය HAS කල්හාර B කපිලන් IK කරුණානායක WAKNC කරුණාරත්න S කෙත්තිරි WKMSS කොස්ගොල්ල MWSR කුමාර TKDS කුමාරතුංග KADHK කුරුප්පු HGP මధుශංක HPKS මధుරංග AGD මధుෂාන් MAH මధుෂාන් V මහේන්ද්‍ර රාජා PTN මහේෂ TN මල්ලවාරච්චි BSM මනම්පේරි NNYSA නුගේරා NK නූපයාරච්චි CD පනංගල KC පණ්ඩිපෙරුම PGAMP පාතෙගම NSS පතිරණ DDMM පෙරේරා DYN Pereira. WLDWP Pereira. MKND Prabhash. WGA Prabhashwara. AH Prasangika. KT Radhika. RAUM Ranasinghe. RMNIH Ranasinghe. MLW Rasanga. SW Rasanjana. RP Ratnayaka. AJ Ratnaraja. DMD Ravishan. SAAD Samarasinghe. GHN Saranga. SDCM Senadira. T Tarshan. MHGD Tisera. RDPC Udayanga. HDN Udayangani. HDN Udayangani. HPI Udayanti. S Vithusan. WADT Vanyarachi. WMDK Veerakorn. SCP Veerasinghe. KS Vijayasekara. KMSGH Vijayaratna. WMS Vimalaratna. DRH Vitarana. TD Dahanayaka. GDCNB Melo. MKJ Priyankara. S. Veerasinghe.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Technology.
Chancellor, I present in absentia R.D.N. Jayaveera, D.M. Marasinghe.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon the persons whose names have been presented the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering in absentia.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering be conferred on those who will be presented by the Head of the Department of Materials, Science and Engineering.
Chancellor, I present G. Arunan. D. N. S. Dammage. K. K. D. S. C. D. Alvis. K. T. A. De Silva. H. M. T. Dilshan. P. L. N. Dulanjay. R. L. Edirisinghe. E. G. H. D. B. Elligama. NTH Gunaratna. HMAA Herath. WM Jayaratna. SHP Jayawardena. SPDA Kumara. AJS Madhusankar. WADP Madhuanti. MDS Madhujit. S. Malalasekara. K. Mayuran. S. Munasingha. N.M. Naufi. W.A.T. Nimansala. O.D. Palansurya. T.N.S. Palita. M.P.N.T. Patirana. M. Prasad. R.D.K. Rajakaruna. R.A.I.U. Ramanayaka. R.A.J.T. Ranasingha. S.R. Randika. S.D.M. Samarsingha. S.A.S.D. Samarsingha. N. Sarusan. E. G. Tanushka. P. K. A. Umayanga. K. S. I. Vijay Kaur. JGDSD Jayasinghe.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering.
Chancellor, I present in absentia S.A. Xavier.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon the person whose name has been presented the honors degree of the Bachelor of the Science of Engineering in absentia.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering be conferred on those who will be presented by the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering.
Chancellor, I present U.S. Abedira. BSK Abe Gunawardana. AP Abe Veera. MRT Alvis. GDKP Amarang. MP Amaratung. CBS Anthony. RB Arumatantri. S. Ashok. BMSCB Balasurya. HWB Banuka. MR Bryan. TGS Chamara. HKM KMM Chandrasiri. KHS Chaturanga. PDNP Cyril. IA Dahanayaka. KGN Darshana. WBJ D. Alvis. DMSV Disanayaka. G. Dushantan. KDC Emmanuel. IATJD Fernando. KLD Fernando. JC Garusingha. KPN Gunaratna. HNW Gunasekara. MTAD Gunatilaka. GAM Gunawardana. RLA Harshana. IDS Ittamalgoda. JADS Ivanka. HHN Jayashan. ST Jayasingha. KMSU Jayavansa. JASS Jayawardana. TWNS Jayavira. KLASR Kamburgamu. LS Karyaperuma. KKDD Karunaratna. PMKPD Kirti Kumar. GN Kemal. MN Kodituakku. YGSV Kottegoda. SWP Kulatunga. JVNL Kulatunga. IDCD Kumarasinghe, DKDL Lakmal, WH Lakshan, MAN Lalinda, SV Lanarol, LSL Lenagala, CKI Madhushankar, WAC Madhushan, WD Madhushan, H Maheshwaran, LS Malavi Patirana, GAS Malinga,
You can take over. Write down the- write down the things.
KPC Manushika, MRARB Mapa, MAGA Mudannayaka, MANI Munasinghe, WACS Muthukumaran, KPNS Nimalasena, NMGM Nisanka, TA Paranamana, HAIS Pereira, LKM Pereira, K Piratipan, JA Prabhashwara, APH Prabudita, ADKH Pragnatilaka, GADA Priyanka, CGN Priyankara, MND Ranasinghe, V Ranasinghe, KATD Ranatunga, RGSM Ranatunga, MWR Rangana, RPD Ratnayaka, KDL Rukshan, HRL Sampath, NBAT Sandakalum, N Sanmuganathan, GEDT Saranga, HKS Suraj, EGDR Tilakaratna, SAYP Tilakaratna, N Vitarana, SHIP Veerasekara, AH Veerasinghe, NDAM Veerasinghe, WKSL Veeratunga, KGO Vikramasinghe, LMND Vijayatunga, PRC Vijayaratna, DU Vijayasinghe, APBK Abesurya, HADRT Jayasekara, VSS Nisanka, CN Somaratna.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering.
Chancellor, I present in absentia MMDNS Apuhami, CPR Jayasekara.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon the persons whose names have been presented the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering in absentia.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering be conferred on those who will be presented by the head of the Department of Earth Resources Engineering.
Chancellor, I present AKC Amodhya. GRB Arachi. ULH Chaturani. K. Chiam Varnan. R.B. Dasanayaka. MSTLD Silva. SHSND Silva. EMCK Ekanayaka. SBCK Eranga. GVADC Godagava. HPSS Hevavasam. WKU Induan. SNA MTK Isuranga. N. Janithans. RDMCLB Kapilaratna. A. Kinoj. KDD Kotalavala. SP Kushan. LPS Lakshan. THT Maduranga. DM Mayadunna. HCVS Mendis. SRAIB Narangoda. P. Pavitra. HDAM Piyaratna. WMD Priyankara. Y. Rahulan. R. Ruhansan Kulhas. WMW Swimal. YAS Taruka. S. Tiruchittappalam. MRM Veerabahu. WMB MB Veerakon. HMJC Veerasurya. KR Vimala Gunasekara. KB Visumperuma. A. Janisha. BB Kaviratna.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering be conferred on those who will be presented by the Head of the Department of Textile and Clothing Technology.
Chancellor, I present L.A. Abhay Singha. AIG Amara Singha. Ayomani. NVS Bimsara. KAB Chaturanga. KMDAU Dasanayaka. KS Fernando. DT Gunasekara. JMC Hansadi. GGN Jayamali. A Kajantana. KMDMP Kalpage. KASM Kandemulla. RMP Karunaratna. AMYAK Karunavardhana. PGC Kumara. S Lavan Kumar. LKNN Lihini Kaduwa. ARL Madhuwanta. TGK Manohara. MPS Mohotti. NKBAGNN Narasingha. BSS Nishadani. HLM Pereira. TGYS Pereira. K Pirahaladhan. DGR Prabhat. HAMR Ranatunga, LRIB Ratnayaka, RMDS Ratnayaka, KWMPP Ravinath, MN Rodrigo, SADN Suryarachi, PLB Tarupama, CPG Udayanga, ME Udeshika, MT Varusamana, HDHA Veerasinghe, PVT Veerasinghe, SY Veerasinghe, WARA Vikramarachi, DKJ Vijaykorn, HAA Vijay Singha, KAP Vijay Singha,
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of the Science of Engineering.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of Design in Fashion Design and Product Development be conferred on those who will be presented by the head of the Department of Textile and Clothing Technology.
Can you handle that also? Okay.
Chancellor, I present JANV Amaratunga, RDMLS Aryaratna, චතුරංග HMRG චින්තන DMRN දීගල DMTN දිසානායක MLU එදිරි සූර්ය SENOS TI ගල්ගමුවගේ CB ගුණවර්ධන MAHS හංසදී HU ධනංජය PS හේවාකුරුප්පු WA ඉන්ද්‍රචාපා SDK ජයසේකර HS ජයතිලක SA කලන්සූරිය TD කුමානායක MG HJ කුමාර TG KG කුමාර KMCS කුමාරී PMGL මදුවන්ති MKD මාකලන්දනගේ MMDSP මීහැල්ල KLT නදීරා NMNS නාරසිංහ CPDM පලිහ දෙනිය. HRMBN ප්‍රේමරත්න. LRKK රාජසේකර. DGS රණසිංහ. PLAO රත්නසේකර. RWAUC රත්නායක. SOAUR සමරසේකර. KMDO සංජානි. SAMT සන්දීරා. SKDD සේනාරත්න. YA සේනාරත්න. KTN සුබසිංහ. KGMA තාලිස්. DC වර්ණකුල සූරිය. YWMHK වීරසූරිය බණ්ඩාර. KGS වික්‍රමාරච්චි. PGL විමල සුරේන්ද්‍ර.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of Design in Fashion Design and Product Development.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that the honors degree of Bachelor of Science in Transport and Logistics Management be conferred on those who will be presented by the Head of the Department of Transport and Logistics Management.
Chancellor, I present WMRP Abhay Singha. PT Amararatna. WMKC Bandara. P. Bandaranayaka. H.K. De Silva. KLSH De Silva. YDN Dharmasena. CJK Gamage. GKC Gamage. GWMTN Girahagama. KSW Gunaratna. HMW Gunasekara. RIA Guruge. JAAC Jagodarachi. MUG Jayawardhan. BLAN Karunatilaka. NR Kodikara. DGLB Kularatna. KHSC Kumarasinghe. KS Lakmal. GADT Lakmali. CJK Lienage. RN Lienage. MAD Mihindu Kula Surya. T. Mikuntan. ML Muhammad Mujahid. HDD Nalinda. KP Nalla Peruma. DMM Pierisi. GT Priyamal. IP Punchiheva. MRM Rafan. JRAKG Ratnayaka. UKP Rodrigo. SM Roshan. R. Sajita. SLMDTS Samaratunga. MJM Shafir. HDU Shayamanta. HO Sirisena. T. Sitamparavanati. K. Sobanan. T.H. Tivanka. K.A.M. Tushara. S. Vituran. S.N. Veerasekara. S.P. Vikramasuriya. NMST Vijayanayaka. P. Atitatan. HMSP Bandara. S. Banugoban.
By authority vested in me as Chancellor, I confer upon you the honors degree of Bachelor of Science in Transport and Logistics Management.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved that prizes be awarded to those who will be presented by the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering.
Gold medal for the biomedical engineering graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Engineering Honours Degree Examinations, donated by Technomedics Private Limited. Awarded to ADN D'Souza. Gold medal for the Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Engineering Honours Degree Examinations, donated by Ceylon Electricity Board. Awarded to K. Kahatapitiya. Gold medal for the Material Science and Engineering graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Engineering Honours Degree Examinations, donated by D. Samson's Industries Limited, not awarded this year. Gold medal for the Mechanical Engineering graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Engineering Honours Degree Examinations, donated by family of late Mr. Jayavira Kuruppu. Awarded to NBAT Sandakalu. Gold medal for the Earth Resources Engineering graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Engineering Honours Degree Examinations, donated by Geological Survey and Mines Bureau. Awarded to S. Tiruthichitappalam. Gold medal for the Textile and Clothing Technology graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Engineering Honours Degree Examinations, donated by Hydramani Memorial Trust. Awarded to Pereira TGYS. And Veerasinghe SY. Gold medal for the Fashion Design and Product Development graduate who has obtained the highest overall class average of 85% or above at the B Design Honours Degree Examinations, donated by MAS Holdings Private Limited, not awarded this year. Gold medal for the Transport and Logistics Management graduate who has obtained the highest overall grade point average of 3.8 or above at the BSc Honours Degree Examinations, donated by Civil Aviation Authority. Awarded to MUG Jayavardhan.
Chancellor, I have the honor to announce that on the recommendation of the Senate, the Council has resolved the Vidya Jyoti Professor Dayanta H. Vijayasekar Award for the most Outstanding Graduate of the Year awarded to H.P. Savindu. Chancellor Sir, ladies and gentlemen, dear graduates, I have the pleasure in introducing and inviting Professor of Sustainable Energy and the Director of the Center for Energy Research at the School of Engineering and Advanced Technology, Massey University in New Zealand. Also, the member of the Scientific and Technical Advisory Panel of the Global Environmental Facility, Professor Ralph E.H. Sims. And Professor Sims, for you, dear graduates, he has these achievements to show for on his record. Companion, Royal Society of New Zealand since 2006. Royal Society of New Zealand Technology and Science Silver Medal 2002. 2010 Award, Energy Efficiency and Conservation Authority for outstanding contribution to renewable energy and energy efficiency. He is an elected fellow of the Institute of Professional Engineers of New Zealand from 2003. IPENZ Furkert Supreme Technical Award for Engineering Achievers in 2008. Senior Analyst, International Energy Agency from 2007 to 2010. Chair, Royal Society of New Zealand Panel on Climate Change Mitigation. And he is also Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change that he has served from 1988 to date as the lead author on numerous occasions on coordinating lead author and also the review editor. And he has affiliations to Institute of Agricultural Engineers since 1971. Member, New Zealand Institute of Directors. Member, World Renewable Energy Network Council. Member and past convener, New Zealand Sustainable Energy Forum. Board member of Bioenergy Association of New Zealand. And he has world-round experiences that he had to show for in his illustrious employment career that he started in 1971 as a lecturer, and he continues to do so without any interruption, rising to the post of professor in 2003. With all this, he has been married for 47 years to Catherine, with his 2 children to boast about. Adam, consultant psychiatrist. Miranda, sustainability planner. Also with 2 plus 3 grandchildren. All this with combination of jazz musician, cyclist, marathon runner, tennis player, small farmer, landscape gardening. Dear graduates, for you, I present and invite Professor Ralph Sims from New Zealand to deliver the convocation address, please.
Ayubawan, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of Council, Senate, faculty, proud parents at the back of the room and in the gallery, and family and friends, and of course our graduates who are here today, who are even more important than the Chancellor this afternoon. Congratulations, and it's my honour to be here to give you a few words which may help your thinking and your future careers. I'd like to acknowledge the Asian Development Bank, who helped sponsor my travel to attend today. And I'd also like a passing thought before I start, that it was gratifying to see so many young ladies on the platform today in these particular disciplines. I come from a country where we have a newish Prime Minister, 1 year now. She is 37 years old. She had her first baby 3 months ago. She took the baby, Neve, to the United Nations last week, where your president was there as well, and made presentations. And it's just an example of where the world is improving, I think, because we have more women in more important places. And I wish you all well in the future with your careers, particularly to the ladies. So I would talk today for a few minutes on the opportunities for engineers, architects and information technologists, as well as fashion designers, transport, logistics, etc., who are here today, in a rapidly changing world. And I want to explore that with you. I hope you can see the screen, it's not too clear. Congratulations to all who are graduating today, as we said. My aim with this short address is to outline the rapidly changing world we all live in, indicate some of the challenges ahead for you in your future careers, and provide some ideas as to how you can make a major contribution to a sustainable future for our planet. So what sort of world are you inheriting? I'll go through a few points here. And last year, the world population grew by around 73 million people, and around 1.3 million people per week moved into cities. 2017 was the warmest year ever recorded, beating the year before, 2016. Extreme weather events increased around the world. Water scarcity increased and more Arctic ice is melted. A Danish ship went through the Arctic just recently, a trading ship, but in the last few days. Sea level rose 3.3 millimeters as confirmed by satellite and surface data. 200 million people live within 1 meter above sea level, so you can imagine the ramifications for sea level rise. Biodiversity loss increased with more animal extinctions. The Paris Climate Agreement negotiations are continuing. President Trump supported coal industry in the United States and aims to renegotiate the Paris Agreement, although that's not possible, but I don't think anybody's told him yet. The 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals have been endorsed, but political action to progress them is slow. I'll mention them a little bit later. And we continue to move further into the Anthropocene age as a result of what we call the Great Acceleration. The Anthropocene age is human-influenced, and it has replaced the Holocene, where we've had stable climate for the last 10,000, 12,000 years or so. So if we look at these indicators, there's a whole range of them, these are just some, of how the world has changed since 1750 on the left-hand side of each graph, the year 1750, to the present day. And you can see there were steady increases until around the year 1950, when there's been exponential growth in GDP. And so how can we improve that, just as one example? 17 Sustainable Development Goals aim to do that. I'm not going to go through them in detail, and I'm sure some of you are aware of them, but 4 of them relate to the biosphere, and then society is another subgroup of the Sustainable Development Goals, and then the economy is the final third subgroup. So they all serve a purpose, but they are all interlinked as well. And all governments are trying to improve their positions in relation to gender to employment opportunities, to land, water, climate, etc. If we take all of those, or nearly all of the Sustainable Development Goals are related to the food supply chain of the world, and I'll just spend a few minutes talking about this because this is close to my heart and I think is important for all of us. So you may not be able to read the small print for the screen, but basically food supply is agricultural production, the circle at the top, food processing, and then markets and retailers, the shops, and then we consume the food in households and restaurants, the bottom left-hand circle, but we also waste food, which is the circle on the right. And in order to produce and supply food to keep everybody alive, we extract natural resources, phosphate rocks, etc., and materials, and then we process them and add them into the food supply chain at the top in terms of fertilizers. We add energy and water inputs. The energy is mainly fossil fuels, and the water is around 70% of the freshwater supplies is consumed every year with the agri-food supply chain. We then consume the product, but in fact we don't consume 1/3 of all the food we produce, and then we dispose of the wastes. So the nutrients that have gone through that system end up in the landfills, in the sewage, and the nutrients end up in the rivers and the oceans, and so we put more nutrients at the top. So it's what we call a take, make, waste system, which you could argue, and I would certainly argue, is totally unsustainable. So we have to do it better. Here's a quotation: "As well as energy, climate change discussions should focus more on food production and cutting food waste, but a lack of knowledge is fueling public resistance. All these things can help us ensure that in producing the food that we need to feed the billions of people on this planet, that we're not destroying the planet in the process." And the person who said that maybe a year and a half ago was Mr. Barack Obama, in one of his rare press releases since he was president, and very wise words, and it's something that we should all be concerned about. So there are opportunities, whether you're an engineer or transport logistics or whatever your careers may take you, to contribute to the food supply chain as well, possibly. The United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization put out several reports on this, and I've been involved in several of them. This one is called Energy Smart Food for People and Climate. I wanted to title it Energy Equals Meals times Climate Change, which for those who did physics in your careers, you would recognize that equation as E equals mc squared. But I wasn't allowed to use that because they couldn't translate it into Chinese or Russian or whatever. But basically what this report told us is that food supply systems use around 1/3, 32% of total end-use energy in the world and produce nearly 1/4 of global greenhouse gas emissions. That includes from the animal ruminants and paddy rice fields, etc. Renewable energy and energy efficiency can reduce carbon dioxide emissions throughout the agri-food supply chain by displacing fossil fuels, reducing other greenhouse gases, methane from ruminant livestock. We have in New Zealand 10 million cows and 40 million sheep, so we are producing more methane than carbon dioxide. So to reduce that, though, is very difficult, unless, of course, we move away from animal protein to more vegetable protein. We fail to consume around 1/3 of the food we produce, as I mentioned earlier, and water, energy, and nutrient inputs into the food supply systems can become more efficient if we move to a circular economy, if we recycle the water, if we recycle the nutrients, if we substitute renewable energy for the fossil fuels, and we use the bioenergy and the biogas coming from the various processes. So that's what we mean by the circular economy, and once again, that's where it needs a lot of innovation and engineering inputs. Urban population in 1950, if you can see those blue dots, they represent the major cities of the world, and each size of the dot represents the population. But by 1990, some 40 years later, you can see the dots have grown larger and new cities have appeared, and going out to 2025, another 7 or 8 years to come, then there's even greater population in the cities. How are we going to make these cities, like Colombo, sustainable is the question. Around 60% of the world population will live in cities by 2025. It's about 55% at the moment, and 70% by 2050. This is a big difference to what it has been traditionally. And cities have complex metabolisms. This city here you may recognize. I took it from the roof of my hotel yesterday morning, that photograph. So making cities such as Colombo more sustainable is a major challenge. Again, engineering solutions are needed. Involves improving water supplies, air quality, waste treatment, avoiding single-use plastics, providing easy mobility for all, reducing greenhouse gas emissions, good urban planning, and strong local governance. A lot of that is engineering-based. Building greater resilience to climate change impacts is also now essential. Might be improving stormwater, it might be sea level rise, there's a whole range of issues there as well, water supply. The sharing of experiences, learning and innovation between cities and towns aiming to become more sustainable is beneficial for all. So Colombo can learn from other cities, from Delhi, from Buenos Aires, from all cities around the world are collaborating more and more, and indeed doing more than governments in order to try and reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. So there's many career opportunities working within cities. I wrote a report when I was at the IEA, International Energy Agency, called Cities, Towns and Renewable Energy, and we gave in there examples of 13 cities and how they were making a big difference by encouraging renewable energy. I called it YIMFI, Yes in My Front Yard, which is the opposite of NIMBY, which is a word you may have come across meaning not in my backyard, which is where people don't want wind turbines or new ideas. And it's good to see that here in Colombo there are some renewable energy activities going on. This is a photograph of your old Parliament building, which I think now is the President's administration building, and the solar panels on the building on the right-hand side exemplify what is possible. That whole roof there is covered in solar. So renewable energy shares of total end-use consumption by sector. For electricity on the right-hand side, about 25% of the world's electricity is coming from renewable energy. New Zealand, we are at 82% renewable electricity without any subsidies. Sri Lanka, I think, is a little bit behind, but growing as well. Transport is a different story. Only about 3% of the total energy for transport comes from renewables, and that's biofuels and a little bit of electricity for electric cars, buses, etc., and trains, as I'm sure those who are doing transport and logistics would all know. The heating sector, which is the largest sector when it comes to energy, 27% is renewable energy, but a large portion of that is traditional biomass in the rural areas of Africa, South America, Southeast Asia, which isn't really truly renewable energy. And the heating coming from geothermal and bioenergy is growing and got good potential. So just to put renewable energy into perspective, $286 billion was invested last year in renewable energy systems, more than coal and oil and gas investments. Battery, wind turbine, solar photovoltaic prices are continuing to decline, and electric vehicle sales grew 50% in 2017, as did car sharing schemes. I was reading the Daily News here yesterday, and there was an article on electric cars, how we need more of them in Sri Lanka. You might have seen it. So there was also an article on a company that's just won an international award from Sri Lanka for disposing of e-waste. So there's things happening here which you can be very proud of. And I know also that Sri Lanka is one of the leading countries that's been ratifying the Paris Climate Agreement and is intending to do more. Let me talk about transport mitigation in a little bit more detail. It's not easy. Plug-in hybrids, we tested some at Massey University. The bottom left-hand corner is a new technology just released or just being tested in China, which is like a light rail but without the rails. So it's running on wheels, but it performs like a tram or a train. And the photos on the right-hand side are again Colombo, traffic jam in the morning yesterday, and of course the congestion and the tuk-tuks. I haven't seen an electric tuk-tuk yet. You do find them in Delhi and places, so I would suggest that that's an area that could, and there's no room for bicycles on the roads in Colombo, I've discovered, and I do a lot of cycling, but I wouldn't like to cycle here. My wife also cycles. We spend quite a bit of time on bicycles, exploring and keeping fit, and it's a great way of moving around. Could be electric bicycles. Somebody yesterday told me that it's too hot for bicycles in Sri Lanka, but on the other hand, you can get enclosed e-bikes like these ones are. So they're pedal assist, you still pedal, they've got batteries, and the solar panels on the roof recharge as you're cycling along. So the technology is changing all the time, which might suit Colombo more better than the ordinary cycles. In Europe, many places, and in New Zealand, have recharging points, community-owned vehicles. Anybody can borrow a car and charge for the privilege. Electric motorbikes are becoming more common as well. So, and this is my electric vehicle. I'm a proud owner of what's called a solo wheel. It goes at 18 kilometers an hour. It lasts for about 10-kilometer range. When I get to where I want to go to, I can just pick it up and go into my office or go into a restaurant or whatever. And this is the sort of thing you young people should be traveling around on, because it's far better than driving cars. You don't get stuck in the traffic, and it takes a little bit of practice. But do a Google search on solo wheel and you'll see how good they are. So it's obviously a single electric wheel. If we get everybody out of the cars and onto motorbikes, then we still could have congestion, as you see with this low-carbon transport option. These are a few possibilities that you could consider for your future transport options. We could have families running on bicycles and all linked in together, so the children are all towed as well. And you could take your family on holiday on a bicycle as well in this trailer unit, as you can see here. And you can carry freight on a bicycle or a motorbike as well. So trucks can be outdated, and you can also get a free ride on the back of a bus, as it happens in Nairobi and places. And my favorite one of these photographs is this one here, 9 people on a motorbike, including a baby in a bucket. So I'm not recommending these as low-carbon transport options, but I'm just showing you there are some innovations that are possible. So these are my 5 grandchildren. These are thoughts on the Paris Climate Agreement. And I said to them a while ago when we were having breakfast all together, I said, what do you think about President Trump pulling out of the Paris Climate Agreement? And that was their response there, if you can see the expressions on their faces. So the Paris Climate Agreement is all about the future generations, and these are obviously part of that, as are you. So governments have the challenge of contributing to a low-carbon world and meeting the Sustainable Development Goals, whilst also maintaining food supply security. It's not easy to meet all of these 3, and the social issues and affordability and reliability, etc., etc. But this is the challenge ahead of us. The national determined contributions of countries, which are what countries pledged before the Paris Climate Agreement, 192 countries all signed, and it's simply inadequate, as I'll show you. The arrow here is the greenhouse gas emissions globally increasing if we do nothing. 180 countries have now ratified, including Sri Lanka, and those arrows there, 2025 and 2030, show where that arrow might bend down to if all countries commit to doing what they said they would do, which is a good trend downwards, but that's where we need to be if we want to keep the warming of the planet below 2 degrees centigrade above pre-industrial levels, never mind 1.5 degrees centigrade. This week, in fact, in Incheon in South Korea, the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel Climate Change, is meeting to finalize its report on 1.5 degrees that it was asked to do at the Paris Agreement. And the results of that report it's taken a year and a half to produce. Results will be coming out on Friday. But basically what it says is we're nowhere near keeping the temperature below 1.5 degrees. And we're unlikely to as well. So there's a big gap in the process, which is a concern. Mitigation actions have been slow, so costly adaptation measures are now also needed. Developing resilience to extreme events to minimize future risks is a major and costly challenge for many cities and towns, whether it be stormwater or water supply, etc., etc. Delaying actions will result in higher overall costs in the long term, but with many more greenhouse gases produced in the meantime. So it's no excuse to say, oh, we won't worry about it yet, we'll do something in the future. We've got to act now, and this is where all your contributions can help make a difference. If we look at the risk of what's going to happen, these are what we call the EMBER diagrams. It's an IPCC diagram. So unique and threatened systems on the left, extreme weather events, distribution of impacts, global aggregate impacts, large-scale singular events, and the darker the color, the greater the risk. So coral reefs and Arctic sea ice, storms, floods and droughts, impacts on the rural poor, biodiversity, tipping points of permafrost, etc. Those are the sort of categories that we're talking about that climate change will affect. So at the moment today, we're around 1 degree centigrade, 1.1 degrees centigrade above what the pre-industrial level for mean average temperature of the planet is. So call it 1 degree. We are rising to 2 degrees, and we hope to maintain it below 2 degrees is the ambition. But at the moment, we're on a track for 3 degrees, if not 4 degrees, and the higher the temperature, the greater the risk of all these issues occurring. So we have to respond to the science. Let's just look now for the final minute or so. Technology change is accelerating. So what do we use today that we didn't have available in common use 25 years ago? Have a think. Just what do we use today? I'll give you some answers. You probably can think of other things as well. We didn't have GPS, global positioning systems, in cars and satellites, etc. Google Earth, we didn't have remote sensing. We didn't have LED light bulbs, flat TV screens, solar water heaters. We didn't have ATM machines, internet banking, Bitcoin. This was probably before most of you were born, but around that sort of time. So it's showing how rapidly things are changing. We didn't have DNA testing, keyhole surgery, or MRI scanners in hospitals, nor laptops or internet. It's hard to believe how you ever survive without internet or mobile smartphones or Wi-Fi or drones. Those didn't exist. Electric cars, e-buses, e-bikes, high-speed trains weren't existing. Distributed energy systems, solar, wind, bioenergy were just sort of starting off. Social media, how did we ever survive without social media? Video conferences, Skype calls, skateboards, video games, and T20 cricket. I was told by the Vice-Chancellor not to mention the cricket, because you all know that New Zealand's a very good cricketing country, but I'm not going to mention how good we are. But we'll know next year, because I think we're playing each other. But we didn't have T20 cricket. So over the next 25 years or so, we have no idea of what technology developments will be in common use. And I suspect many of you will be working on some of these areas that you don't know what they're going to be yet. So as a graduate, you have learned to solve problems, be innovative, and to develop a vision for the future towards a better tomorrow, as the Ministry of Megapolis and Western Development has a billboard outside my hotel that says exactly that. So I took a photo of it yesterday. So in your future careers, some of you may well be working on nanotechnologies, bioeconomy, robotics, 3D printing, construction of zero-energy buildings, green plastics, artificial intelligence, technologies not yet thought of. There is a concept that fabrics in the future will be solar collectors, and if you carry your phone in your jacket, the cloth will recharge the phone at the same time as you're walking around in the sunshine. Those are the sorts of things that are not far away from reality. So it's exciting times for your futures. You should be able to discern the difference now between the scientific truth and the fake news on the internet and in the social media. This is part of your university education. You will therefore be able to make a major contribution to an environmentally sustainable, healthy and safe future for all. Let me just finish with a few of these billboards which were in Colombo. Innovation to lead the nation. Now that's stimulating for you. And we have multimodal transport hubs under discussion, construction, flood mitigation opportunities, zero waste energy, which I found a little bit ironic because alongside on the beach there's all this debris of plastic that's not deteriorating or collected. Industrial townships, and finally Techno City, which I know this university is closely involved with as well. Large number of opportunities, things are happening in Sri Lanka, careers opportunities must be excellent for those of you who have graduated. A sustainable future for our cities and for our world is possible. It is your generation that will need to help to make this necessary transition. I wish you all success in your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, please permit me to invite Vidya Jyoti, Professor K.K. Y.W. Pereira, Vice Chancellor, University of Moratuwa, to deliver the Chancellor, University of Moratuwa, I beg your pardon, to deliver the Chancellor's address for this evening to the graduates. Sir.
Ayupuan, Vanakkam. Good evening. Vice Chancellor, Professor K.K.C.K. Pereira, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Mahanama, guest speaker, members of the Council, members of the Senate, Registrar, Deans, Directors, academic, administrative, academic support and non-academic staff, honored guests, well-wishers, distinguished invitees and parents, dear graduating students who are the most important stars of the day. My address today is on the subject of attitudes and directions for the long journey ahead. Our graduates of today are going to have a very, very long journey into life for the next, 30, 40, 50, hopefully 70, 80, 100 years. I thank the Vice Chancellor for inviting me to deliver an address. Firstly, let me congratulate the fortunate new graduates of today for their achievements. It is the result of many years of hard work, not only hard work, but creative work, particularly when project components and research work are taken into consideration. While congratulating, we must appreciate that you are all engaging on a very long journey ahead. Next, the achievement is also for the academic and non-academic staff of the university who designed, planned, delivered, and monitored the courses. The graduates are the visible proof of the efforts of staff. It is a large graduation ceremony for more than 1,800 persons, with 25% of postgraduate level, including 9 PhDs. I congratulate the Vice Chancellor and his predecessors and all staff. I am very proud to see this record of the University of Moratuwa. I am personally proud, not because I am the Chancellor, but because I had a hand at the beginning of the university when I was the first Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Architecture. At that time, there was only one faculty of the University of Moratuwa. I also congratulate the parents and supporters of the graduates. It is your efforts and kindness which contributed to the molding of the young and energetic graduates of today with solid, level-headed, and superior competencies. They are certainly an asset to the country. I mention the word kind because it is the mentorship and the kindness which has helped to mold the students in a very stable manner with concerned and considered views within them. To the graduates, I would say that both attitudes and the directions that you choose are very important. These will not remain constant throughout the rest of your life. You should allow them to change, because you must have a direction, you must have certain attitudes right now, but as time goes on, when you become mature, when you get more experience, when you are learn more, you should allow them to change in proper directions. Attitudes. On the subtopic of attitudes, often people have asked me how I rose up so well in my life. Perhaps they mean that having born into an ordinary middle-class family, how did I rise to become professor and to the various so-called high positions that I have occupied. Probably they mean that having come from a rural setting, to become a professor is difficult, but also in my walk of my life, I have gone through various stages where I was chairman Ceylon Electricity Board, chairman Sri Lanka Telecom, secretary Ministry of Power and Energy for more than 10 years, and so on. And this may be the reason that they are asking this question. My answer is through an actual example. I had a classmate called Daniel in the rural Sinhala school that I attended until the 3rd standard. Rural village school, and we used to travel no shoes, barefoot. It's a long time ago, towards the end of the World War II. Daniel could do certain things. Now, my classmate Daniel could do certain things much better than me. For example, climbing trees. Later in life, he became a very capable tree climber. I could even call him a professional tree climber. Gas nagina kenek. In this aspect, he was cleverer than me and rose up high and efficiently. Though he did not get the opportunity to follow higher education, I consider him to be my equal. That is my present attitude, which I have cultivated over the years. Undoubtedly, this attitude helped me and is helping me even today in my journey of life. One idea which I wish to convey to the graduates under this topic of attitudes is the fact that there are many more persons like Daniel who could not make it to the level of competence that you have reached. Now, Daniel is a local word, but unfortunately in English you can't type it, so it has been typed as Daniel in the scripts that are with you. Incidentally, although I am speaking to you in English, the Sinhala and Tamil scripts are available have been made available. They are, of course, through the suggestions. This is why I am saying whatever I will say. I'm going to say that pick up suggestions wherever you can and study them, because this Sinhala and Tamil scripts came because of a suggestion of a young lecturer, young at that time, from textile engineering department of the Motto University who said, well, you come and speak in English and go, but there are many who don't understand English, sometimes the parents and or well-wishers. So better if you can give it in Sinhala and Tamil, and in fact, he is the person who helped to translate this to Tamil even this time. The person who helped to translate it to Sinhala, I don't know him personally, but I wish to thank him also. Now, the fact that there are still many hundreds of thousands of young people in Sri Lanka, like Daniel, who are unable to get 3 good meals a day, lack nutrition and health care, and reasonably good homes, which are prerequisites for a sound higher education. You have an obligation to bring them up for more than bring them up, not merely by donations, but particularly through extending your capabilities in the correct directions. You may first go out as competent graduates to be employed. Some of you may be already employed, particularly the postgrads, but the others also might go in search of employment, or may set up your own companies, startup companies or whatever you like. And this is of course a good tendency started by Motto University in the last few years, and startup companies are doing very well. But in all these attempts, with startup companies and others, you become job creators, creating jobs for the people who are unemployed or underemployed. And in all these, my plea is, do your best to help others to come up in life, wherever they are, bring them up, help them to come up. Then on the topic of directions, in your life, the direction that you choose to move is very important. In this context, I will take the liberty of referring to a story by Stephen Curry, modified by me to suit our context. A large gang of laborers were used to cut a roadway through a thick forest. Now this is long before the GPSs and helicopters and so on. So they had to go through the jungle, and they had not surveyed anything. They just started cutting the road. And the laborers were toiling from morning till night, trying to cut the trees with axes and sweating and all that, and with just a very small break for lunch. And we worked very hard. And they were not given time off to do anything else. But one of the naughty people there, he climbed a tree right to the top and came down and said, our cutting the road in this way is not going to work, because there's a huge rocky mountain there, and you can't get past that. But if you go this way, we can turn back and cut, and then we can get to our destination. So they all discussed, they found what he said was true. They sent a few others to the tops of trees to find out, and they also confirmed. So they decided to move in a different direction. So that is a better direction. And so in our daily work and in our life also, it is important that we choose to move in the correct direction and not in the wrong direction, or better direction, whatever it is. With your advanced knowledge, each one of you are capable, like the man who climbed the top of the tree. You are higher in your knowledge, ability, using the internet, everything. So you can decide, or you can find out for yourself what is the better thing to do, whatever the aspect in life is, than the normal people who are not reached your level of education. Now make use of this capability, and you can and should see the directions better than most others. Carefully select your own direction in seeking a job and other matters of personal life. If you can select an employment which you like and is also beneficial to others, that's a key word, you will have long-term satisfaction. This is from getting into manufacture of guns, bombs, poisons, and such like. I remember during the time of the Vietnam War in America, there was a move, the people were saying bomb the Kong and all that, because they were so wild, North Vietnam. At that time, the students started a movement against it because they found certain pictures where Vietnamese were treated badly and so on. And they said, don't join the companies who were making napalm bombs. And the students, graduates, did not join. These were also deterrents which reduced the impact of the Vietnam War, and America ultimately gave up fighting with Vietnamese. So you are also a big force to move away yourself to the correct direction and to change thinking of the country also towards the correct direction. Once I attended a seminar on traffic and congestion. Best experts, international experts also were participating. They appreciated time lost while traveling to school and work, because traffic is congested. All of you who are around in Sri Lanka, close to Colombo or Kandy or any big town, know how long it takes. Now yesterday I started from Colombo, Bambalapitiya at about 5:15 to go to Mount Lavinia Hotel, and it took more than 1 hour, just the short distance. But most students live in the outside, and they spend 1 to 2 hours a day just on the traffic. So their time to study is reduced. We all accept it. So they were trying to, through this seminar or otherwise, trying to find solutions. They spoke of an underground railway for Colombo, monorail above the ground, electrification of suburban railways. Also they mentioned about the experience in Hong Kong and elsewhere. Even the idea of restricting motor car entry to the city was discussed. That means park the cars on the outskirts of the city and provide special large buses from the car parks to the city. I was not very happy the way the seminar was going, so I came out to have a cup of tea. Then another person also came and sat with me, an ordinary looking person, and we discussed. They were trying to solve the traffic problem as such, but after creating the problem, the roots of the problem, there was no one to think. Roots are, the discussion we had was two of us, partly the schools. Practically all good schools are in Colombo, or maybe Kandy, somewhere near the cities or inside the cities. So students travel 1 hour, 2 hours to come to school, back, and there's traffic congestion in the morning by 7, 6:37, 7:38. But we saw that one way is to get branches of the good schools out to places like Gampaha, Mirigama, Kalutara, Kottava. If you get branches of Royal, Anand, Nalanda and St. Thomas's out there, then some of this traffic congestion could be reduced. So that is trying to attack it at the origin, not solve the problem. Without looking at the origin is no good. So as graduates and postgraduates, you will be able to look at things much better. Of course, another person who came and joined us in the tea said decentralized health services, have good hospitals, good government hospitals in suburban areas. Patients will find it healthier and easier than traveling to Colombo. Now, a person who wants to go to eye hospital comes to Colombo from wherever he is in the. There are other places where they treat Thai, but they want to come to Thai hospital in Colombo. So the decentralizing might help. What is the best direction to move? Monorails or school branches or decentralized hospitals? It could be a mixture of roads, schools, hospitals, and other methods, or could be one of these for the time being. It is anyway better to move in the correct direction after thinking and analyzing the pros and the cons and the costs and the benefits by analyzing. I am not able to or in a position to give what the correct direction is in respect to this example, but it's up to you to think of the directions which you encounter every day in life, every month, every year, and give you good advice to those who matter. Of course, when I say those who matter, you matter because you are able to think of these things, but there are higher level politicians who matter much more because they can not only take decisions, they can implement. In fact, among you, there will be, I hope there will be at least 4 or 5 ministers in future. From Moratu, we have produced several ministers who are in the cabinet and who are doing good work. So you should also not desist from politics completely. Intelligent people like you should go into politics if you want to bring up the country. And I identify whatever things which come up. Don't reject them right now, right at the beginning. Discuss and decide and come to conclusions. Once ideas are there, they can be studied, analyzed properly and quantitatively, and help the leaders to lead the nation on the correct path, surmounting the many problems that arise. This will help your countrymen who are without jobs, nutrition, without good nutrition, good water, sanitation, or it's okay, or without jobs, nutrition, good water, sanitation, or who are deprived of adequate education. It's you who can see the far and wide and do meaningful practical changes. So finally, I would say through your superior capability, help to create a more prosperous country, thereby and also individually help others where possible. How do you derive happiness for yourself? The best way I have seen is by giving happiness to others. If you make others happy, you yourself will be happy. I wish our graduates success in your careers and wish long-lasting happiness in life to all. Stuti, Nandri, thank you.
Chancellor, with your permission, I am pleased to invite Mr. H.P. Savindu, who won the Vidya Jyoti Professor Jayantha S. Vijayasekara Award for the most outstanding graduate of the year, to deliver the valedictorian